The following is a paid announcement.
7 cities in 7 weeks. Brought to you by Camel Caravan Tours, serving the Middle East since 40 AD.
Life is busy. Sometimes in the midst of all that busyness, Jesus seems really distant. We believe in God's love for us, and we believe He showed us His love most fully in Jesus. Belief is not the problem. It's just that when the car won't start and the baby's sick and the boss wants that report, Jesus feels so far away, so irrelevant. Our thinking might go something like this. I believe that Jesus saved me in the past, and I believe that He'll be there for me in some distant future when I die. But right now I need to concentrate on getting this load of laundry done so I can start dinner before the kids get home from school. Do you remember when you were just a kid and your parents would go away for the evening, maybe for dinner and a movie? It always seemed like they'd be gone forever. Did you believe you still had parents? Of course. Did you expect them to return home eventually? Absolutely. Meanwhile, time seemed to stretch out before you. Time in which your parents didn't really even enter the equation. You could do whatever you wanted. Of course, sometimes you thought about them. Like if it stormed or if you heard strange sounds in the house. Hiding in your bedroom closet, you'd wonder how your parents could be so cruel to leave you alone like this. Didn't they love you? Were they ever coming back? Maybe childhood memories give us a picture for today. In the long view, Jesus has gone away for just a short time, and He left us with a promise to return, and with clear instructions on what to do while He's gone. But somehow, we've lost sight of Him. We're not the first Christians to do so. In fact, the Apostle John wrote the book of Revelation to people just like us. Jesus' earliest followers saw Him die, rise again, and ascend into heaven, lived in daily expectation of His return. But as time passed and days stretched to weeks, weeks into years, His return must have felt less and less imminent. People got busy with their lives, just like us. They believed in Jesus, but He seemed further and further removed from their daily hopes, fears, and desires. In this context, the Apostle John himself, suffering exile in the island of Patmos, received a vision from God. In the vision, Jesus tells John to write what he sees on a scroll and to send it to the 7 churches: Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamum, Thyatira, Sardis, Philadelphia, and Laodicea. Each is an actual historical congregation, and each is addressed in chapters 2 and 3 of the book of Revelation. But we must also note that there are 7 churches. In the Bible, the number 7 is symbolic, and it suggests completion or wholeness. So, while God is speaking to 7 specific churches, symbolically, He is addressing the whole church throughout the ages. So are we the 7 churches? We might think of the 7 churches as 7 kinds of attitudes that we all at one time or another inhabit. Some of these attitudes reflect fear, some uncertainty, and others lack of self-discipline. All grow out of our feelings that Jesus is distant. But He's not. John's vision shows us Jesus in His full glory. John tells us He has fiery eyes, feet like bronze, a voice like a thundering waterfall, and a face that shines more brilliantly than the sun. His words are sharper and truer than any double-edged sword. In His right hand, Jesus holds 7 stars, and He is surrounded by 7 golden lampstands. In a thundering voice, Jesus explains to John that the 7 lampstands are the 7 churches to which He will write, and the 7 stars are the 7 angels, maybe the leaders of each church. This picture is so different than the Good Shepherd image of Jesus. that we might be frightened or dazzled or mystified, but we'd be missing the point. The revelation that John shares with us is meant to bring us comfort and hope. The 7 churches, though overwhelmed with busyness and surrounded by opposition, are not alone. No, we rest securely in the hand of our triumphant King, who was and is to come. Jesus wants to remind us that he is in charge and that he is coming back soon. Go back with me to my memory of being alone at home as a child, whether I was doing something naughty and needed correction, or was hunkered down in my closet, terrified. There was always one sound that would stop me dead in my tracks. One sound that would suddenly make my parents seem real again. One sound that would let me know they were close, very close to being home. The sound of a garage door opening. And that image captures the image of the book of Revelations. Wherever we are, whatever problems we may confront, whatever temptations might lure us, whatever fears might haunt us, or doubts might plague us, John's vision breaks through all the clutter to remind us that Jesus is real. Jesus is all powerful. Jesus is on his way to us now. The garage door is opening. Jesus has a word for the 7. We are the 7. Whoever has ears, let them hear.